So the first chapter that we are going to be doing is all about number bonds. Now, what are number bonds? It's extremely simple. Now look at this face. It's a kind of a circle, right? So for you to remember, I'm teaching you simpler way techniques. If I keep my hand like this, these look like circles, okay? So this is one way of representing the number bond. Around a circle here, a circle on my hand and a circle on my hand. So these are parts of my body, right? So I draw it in this particular way. So you have a circle which is my face. You have the two circles which are my hands when I'm pointing it down this way. It need not always have to be like that. The number bonds can be this way, or I can put my hand up. So it's the circle with two circles on top. So here you have this with respect to the circle. Remember, I put my hands down. So if I put my hands up, it is in this particular pattern. Now what I showed you earlier on is the top circle, which is your face, is called the whole, and the hands are called the parts. So whole and parts are joined with lines, which is what we represented when I put my hands down. If I put my hands up, the same thing, the whole and the parts. So the whole is the face and the parts. Now don't worry about what the whole is and the parts are. We are going to be coming to that slowly. But understand that number bonds can be represented this way to my left, or to my right this way. So you can do it as hands up, hands down, hands to the right, hands to the left. All these are different ways of denoting number bonds. Now, as I told you, the face, which is whether you're putting your hands down, up to the right or to the left, is always called the whole. So this is the whole and these are the parts. Now, what do we mean by that? Suppose I have a few coasters. Remember, we were talking about concrete, pictorial and abstract approach. Concrete means taking manipulatives, having things which are at home. So I have a few coasters here. So I'm going to be taking these coasters. So I have on my hand to this side, I have two coasters and I have one coaster on this side. So this is a part, this is a part, okay? So remember, wherever you have the part here, you're going to be representing it by the number of coasters you are holding. So I had two coasters on one side and I had one coaster on the other side. Now together, 2 and 1, how many do they make? So let's count for those of you who have a problem in counting. So we have 2 on this side and 1. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3. So all together we have 3 coasters. Perfect. So your part 2 and 1 add up to make it 3. So your whole is nothing but 3. So you represent it as 3, which is your face, has 2 and 1. Now think about it. Is there going to be a difference if I'm going to change this to this hand and this to this hand? Think about it. So you have a part which is 2 here and 1 here. So part add up to the other part to make it the whole. So it is 1, 2, 3. It still remains 3, right? For those of you who are parents and teachers watching this is nothing but the commutative law. Whether it is 1 plus 2 gives you 3 or 2 plus 1 gives you 3, it's the same. So children, don't worry about those terminology of commutative law, etc., etc. All that we need to know is the whole has 2 parts. And what are the 2 parts? It could be a 2 and a 1 or a 1 and a 2. Anyway, it makes it to 3. This is called number bonds. Let's now look at the next step. Let's see that I have maybe say 1, 2 and 3. Wow, I've got 3 girls here. 1, 2 and 3. These are puppets. These are girls here. So you can see there are 3 girls in this part. I can keep my hand up or hand down, hand to the left or right, anyway. So let me make it a little more interesting. I place it on top. I have 3 girls here as one part and two boys here as the other part. Can you see them? Yes. These are lovely, interesting, colorful puppets, right? So I use them in my storytelling too. So here I have, so two parts. Remember, I'm putting the hand up. So what position is this? With the hand up, it's going to be part, part and whole. So we have part here and we have the other part here. And the whole is going to be my face, which is what you're going to tell me how many are these together as puppets. So I have 3 and I have 2. Remember, can you see the 2 of them here? I bring it a little closer. Instead of placing it up on top, I'm placing it here for you to see it. So you have 3 and 2. So 3 and 2 make how many? So let's do it with the number bond. 3 and 2. So the two circles that we have 3 and 2. And how many do they make all together? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes, all together they are 5. So interesting, isn't it? So we are going to write the number bond as 3 and 2 as the two circles for the parts. And how much do they make it? They make it 5 on the whole. So 3 and 2. I had 3 girls and had 2 boys, and that makes it to a total of 5. Isn't that interesting? It looks like a simple concept, but in this concept are a lot of things which are hidden. Like I told you, the commutative property for the teachers and the parents, please understand, these are terminologies that we teach them later on when they come to the grade 6, etc. But you can teach them while the children are still young. And for the students, don't worry about those terminologies. Whether it is 3 girls and 2 boys, I added to 5. Do you think it will be the same answer if I have 3 boys and 2 girls? How many puppets or how many children would they be? Try it out. So this is number bonds and this is session 1 of the Singapore Math. Have fun.